Hello, dear friends. Hope you're fine. Students, we have learned an interesting story that is Shepherd's Treasure. Yesterday, we have revised the story with some questions. Let's revise the story today with story mind map. We have discussed about the story mind map already. We'll have revision of the story with mind map. The title of the story is Shepherd's Treasure. If you look at this title, you will come to know that there is a second word that is a treasure. So here treasure indicates what? What it indicates? So it indicates the wisdom of the poor shepherd. Okay, so it is the wisdom that fascinates the king. It is the wisdom that helps to the poor people, common people to solve their problems they're facing in their life. Okay, so it is the wisdom that is here the treasure. Okay, so this you have to understand. Second thing, characters. So there are characters like poor shepherd, king, governors, and other people who used to come to get some advices, to get some solutions in their life. Okay, so here main character is shepherd. Iranian shepherd is a main character here, and the king also we can say main character, but the governors they are not playing that much role in the story, and there are also other people who are coming to get some advices from poor shepherds. So we can say these are also characters, but they are not playing major role. So here major role is played by only Iranian shepherd. Okay, and governors and the king. Next thing, setting. I already told you that what is meant by setting. The setting means where does the story take place. The story takes place in the beginning of the story. It takes place in the rural area, but in the later part of the story, that is in the end of the story, we can say it is taking place in the king's court. Okay, so this is what we can talk about the setting that you have to understand. Okay, because in the beginning itself it is the description is given there that the poor shepherd lived in the rural area of Iran, lived in a village, lived in rural area where that all facilities were not available. Okay, this we have seen. Okay, it shows that the setting of the story is in the rural area. Okay, so this we have to understand. Then plot. So we have seen a plot. So what happens in the story? So there is a poor shepherd. He's a very wise person. He's a very helpful person. His quality to help other people to solve the problems in their life. These are the things which we have talked about. The major character, that is poor shepherd. Okay, so these poor shepherds become very much popular for his wisdom, and even this news reaches to king. And when king hears about this story, he comes to meet the poor shepherds, and there he comes with disguising appearance. Disguised appearance means uh, he's not there showing his own appearance. Okay, so king's cloak and whatever the costume that king wears, he doesn't come with his king's appearance. So he comes like a common person. He comes like a very poor man. But the poor shepherd is a really wise person, so he understands, he recognizes the king. So when he recognizes the king, that time the king gets fascinated by his wisdom, and at that time only he appoints that poor shepherd as a governor of a small district. Okay, and later on, he even though he becomes the governor of this small district, but he doesn't change inward even though he gets the power and fame, but he doesn't change inward. His nature remains the same. He doesn't lose his humbleness. He doesn't lose certain good qualities. He keep these good qualities with him, and because of these good qualities he becomes so much popular in the people. And of course this popularity is not digested by other governors, and therefore other governors, they started to give complaints again this poor shepherd. Okay, they become jealous, and they start give some complaints against this poor shepherd. And in the beginning the king neglects whatever the complaints that the other governors are giving about that poor shepherd. But later on, even king also thinks that okay, let's see actually what is the issue. Is there any uh, reality is there? So therefore he sends a message to bring the poor shepherd to the king's court. And in the court, the poor shepherd is asked to why you are carrying all the time this iron chest. And finally he is asked there to open the iron chest in order to see what is there inside. And finally the poor shepherd opens, but there is no gold, silver, or any valuable thing, but there is a blanket. So everybody got there embarrassed, everybody. Then king asked the question that what is the reason behind that. Why, even though you are the governor of that small district, but it's not like that you should carry such kind of things, or why you carrying such a small and less value thing. What is the reason behind that? Then his reply is very important there. He says there, see, this blanket is very close friend, and I carry with me because today at this moment, if you will say that you wear out my clothes, okay, means you return my clothes and you get out of the court, so this blanket can give me a nice cover, isn't it? So I carry all the time. So listening this answer, everybody got surprised there. Okay, so this is what the ending of the story, isn't it? So this is what a plot of the story here. So here his honesty is rewarded. This is what the ending of the story. Here honesty is rewarded. He is a real honest person, and his honesty is rewarded not only by the king, but all the people who resided in the king's kingdom. Okay, this is what a plot, right? Then next thing we have to see, that is a conflict. So conflict means what is the problem there. The problem is what here. So poor shepherd is a charged uh, he is a charged with untruthfulness. Okay, means he is carrying, means that he is collecting the taxes, and some amount he is keeping with him, that all the collection is not handing over to the king. This is what the charge. Okay, and finally the solution that is there. Okay, and the solution is of course his honesty, which is exposed in the end of the story. There everybody comes to know his honesty. Okay, and everybody also start to think from that moment onward that he is really honest person, and whatever the charges we imposed on him were baseless. Okay, so this is what the conflict and its solution we can say. The moral of the story is what? in every situation we must be polite and humble. Sometimes we may get power, we may get money, we may get fame, okay, and that time we lose certain good qualities, okay. So we lose our humbleness, we lose our kindness, we lose our helpful nature, okay, and we start to involve in other kind of world where there is a more happiness and less care for the other. So this moral we not only should understand, but should try to inculcate in our life, okay. So this moral is really have that capacity to change each person's life, okay. So if you keep these certain good qualities, even the situation is bad or even the situation is good, definitely he will be considered, he will be called a very great person all the time, okay. So this is what a story with few points like characters, setting, plot and conflict, okay. So go through these points also, go through the story in textbook also, try to understand once again, and if you have any doubt, feel free to ask me your doubts, so I'll be very happy to resolve your problems, okay. After this I'll be sharing some questions which you write and post me back. Thank you.